That's enough. And I mean, unless there's anything that y'all want to talk about.
There's nothing burning a hole in my heart or my soul.
So I'm done.
Hey, yo, you gotta say, yo, Patrones.
Hey, yo, Patrones.
Patrones, I'm just as sad as you.
We love y'all. Listen.
We'll make it up to y'all,
Patrones. I too thought that,
There's some of us that want it.
It's like when you give your girl that mid. I got you next time. We got you next time, Patrones.
Patrones, I too thought we would sit here and really give up the goods, on some real.
We love y'all, Patrones.
Shit,
we love y'all.
We love you.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. It's bad enough that I had already felt this vibe for the past couple of episodes, but now Joe's getting back to acknowledging it on camera again. I thought it was very, very telling when he asked them, like he normally does, do y'all have anything to get off y'all chest? They don't realize that's a test. Every single time he does it, it's a test. And the quicker they are ready to get out of there, the quicker he is ready to make adjustments to the show. The only person that we still see on BTS, or two people, are Ice and Mel, coming up with topics. And then they get upset with Melissa for the topics that she brings up, but at least she's trying. And then Ice, even if all of his takes are Twitter takes, it's better than coming with no takes at all. It's already bad enough for 2 weeks y'all are letting us know that July 4th is coming up and that y'all have to quote unquote record on that day. Sounding frustrated with us. And then the day comes and Joe has y'all there frustrated. He already sort of alluded to how it's going to be on BTS by starting off showing Kino and his pops cooking. And then we get to the day and y'all give us this lackluster performance. 2 hours. Every time I see the time indicators, it lets me know if it's going to be a good pod or not. Every time it's 2 hours and 15 minutes or under, I know something happened. The vibes are off. The pod isn't going to be what we want it or need it to be. And I really want to be like, y'all could have kept this in the tuck. I know y'all have episodes in the tuck that y'all could have released, but it was already showcased on the Nori interview. And shout out to Danny, he touched on it. Nori was drunk as hell. And then on today's Patreon, they bleeped it out, but then flipped, backdoored, and said it anyway. Joe said something belligerent about Melissa drinking at work. Oh man. How long do we have to complain for change to occur? And we're getting happy that changes are being made because they're starting to listen to the community, and they're minute changes. They're not anything drastic that'll change the projection or the trajectory, of the pod. None of them are. And then I thought it was even funnier that two of the main topics that they had, one they even started off with, came from people that were asking to be on the show. Ray Daniels and Mona. Imani, I seen the Patreon comments. A lot of people were saying you were trying to kick Mona's back end because she was getting on you when she was on the pod. Is there truth to that? Maybe. But the fact that y'all used her talking point as a topic on your nationally broadcast podcast, that should be a shirt, is very telling. And then Ray Daniels, this is not the first time y'all have spoke on a musical topic from Ray Daniels. Whether it's outrageous, outlandish or not, it's still getting people talking. Because me, personally, I think there's a very good argument for Bow Wow having a run similar to Jay-Z. Of course, when you go to numbers, it's not going to equate. But let's be clear. When Jay-Z and Bow Wow were running at the same time, no, I can't say that because Hard Knock Life, that shit went diamond. I remember that. That was like 98, so I can't really say that. But the fact that that was even an argument and hit the airwaves and went quote-unquote viral is very telling. There's 6 of y'all up there, Mark included. And y'all couldn't come up with topics on 4th of July with the internet readily available to speak about for more than 2 hours? Or 2 hours, period? Because y'all didn't even make it through this podcast without it being lackluster. There were multiple mum moments, and I made sure I put that in the clips. They were just sitting there in silence, not knowing how to segue from a topic, not even able to come up with a topic. What do y'all do outside of the pod? Because a lot of us watch so we can see the chemistry amongst the guests, or not guests, but the co-hosts. And since y'all are lacking that, channels like mine and many others have become available speaking on that. So instead of segueing, finding other topics, y'all would rather just let us continue with our narratives. A lot of our narratives are driving the show now. So if we don't have narratives, if y'all aren't seeing anything on Twitter, and if y'all aren't taking Ice and Melissa's takes, what are y'all doing? Because Joe is showing, or he's trying to show y'all in real time, y'all aren't doing what y'all are supposed to do or what y'all need to do. And I'm taking care of y'all. Y'all are fairly well compensated, regardless of the leak. And let's speak on the leak. The more I look at the leak, the more I pay attention to the downward arrow that the subscriptions were going in. Guys, people are leaving in droves. It may not show financially just yet because the views are still up everywhere else. But the one place that matters the most is that Patreon. And they're leaving in droves. The numbers is going down, the subscriptions is going down. Why is that? And Joe's going to keep telling us, the audience, that nothing is happening, nothing is wrong. Why would he say there's turmoil on the set? He's already telling us every single chance he gets that he's frustrated with their delivery, their product. Y'all aren't even giving your full force. It's like I have to force y'all to speak to me. It's weird. It makes no sense. So when are y'all going to get it together to the point that I'm not having to force y'all to come to work? And I understand if this job was strenuous or even tedious, but y'all literally just speak for a living. And y'all don't even want to give it up. Because it's not just today. I understand it's a holiday, and if it was just today's episode, I'd understand. But this has been going on for a minute now. And they can't even control it. They just keep going and going and going, not realizing how bad this looks for us, the paying audience. They looking at the numbers like we deserve more, and Joe is looking at them after the leak like y'all deserve less than I'm giving y'all. I want something else to leak. Now that Joe's Patreon numbers leak, I want their contracts to leak. That's the most important thing that hasn't leaked yet. Forget how much Joe's making entirely. How much are you shelling out to them each month? And then I want to see Ian's breakdown of how many words they're speaking, how many topics they're bringing to the table, or are they just expected to come up here and speak on whatever is presented to them? Because that's how they're making it seem. It could go so much easier. There's reasons why Poor Minds and this grits and eggs nigga keeps getting brought up. Because they'll speak about anything. They'll look at TikTok videos and come up with topics from that. And y'all are on the biggest platform, and y'all make it seem like y'all don't have anything to talk about. Like y'all aren't living life outside of the pod. It's weird. It's weird. Because now we've turned this pod into a let's just look at the trending topics pod. And then we're just expecting their reactions to that. Y'all can come join us over here. Y'all can become a reactionary station again. But I don't know, guys. Sorry if it seems like I'm a little frustrated. I was just anticipating way more. Even though I should have known better. I should have known better. They're giving us all the signs in the world that they weren't going to come and do anything today. So I apologize. Like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rock it. You already know how we rock it. Oh, yeah. Another Patreon upload. Y'all go check that out. Subscription. Doesn't matter. Free. Pay. The pay gets way more. But the free, y'all are getting some dope out there too. I'll see y'all a little later today. Peace.